Oh, this video better turn out good, or I'm gonna be sad. You read that title correctly, hopefully. I mastered every single Fortnite sprite in Season 3. I'm assuming they're making more sprites next season, which is gonna kill me. Now, I'm not gonna be too dramatic about it because I actually have seen a lot of other people doing the exact same thing as me, which is pretty cool. So I do want to say a majority of this video is probably going to be talking about me finding the sprites more than mastering the sprites, because the way I mastered these sprites is actually not too interesting, like at all. I mostly just did the same strat over and over again until I mastered everything, which I will tell you in a few minutes what I did. I'm gonna try and release this video before the season ends for the people who want to master their sprites last minute, and maybe it can help you. But if I don't, then I'm sorry. By the way, if this video feels a bit all over the place, it's because I'm not writing a script for this. I don't write scripts for my videos, so that's why it might feel a little all over the place. Sorry. That's just how I roll. So I wasn't entirely planning on making a video like this at all until I started finding a bunch of these sprites by pure chance. I can't remember when I got the idea to make this or where I got the motivation from to make this. It might have been from when I found the 0 point sprite for the first time, and that probably sparked something in me. I don't have the full clip of me getting the 0 point sprite, but just know that I did end up running into someone by pure chance, and I managed to get a lucky kill off them, and then I extracted it. Boom, simple as that. I did end up finding all of the base variants of the sprites in about a week, and I think I did have a couple of golds. I can't entirely remember. I think I had only gold water and gold earth. But yeah, for the first like month that the season came out, I missed about 2 weeks of gameplay, which meant I missed 2 power hours, and I also missed the gummy and galaxy drops. Actually, I think I only missed the gummy power hour because I did get to play the Galaxy one. But I did eventually find a lot of the gummies from fishing spots because they were the most common from there for a few weeks. I don't know why, but they were. And I also got a ton of galaxies from the Galaxy hours because I played 2 of them and they were really useful because I got so many of these. So yeah, I was almost caught up. Yeah, a few weeks go by and they eventually, finally, add brand new sprites. And then they added more, and 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 more. The cycle just kept repeating all season long, which I know a lot of people despised it, but I actually really liked the cycle, to be honest. For majority of the season anyway. I'm fucking tired of it now, but the people who were calling this season dry and boring are obviously just not into sprite collecting, which is okay, which is really okay, and I definitely get it, because these things are not worth it in the slightest. But I won't lie, the amount of sprites they were adding every week was starting to get a little overwhelming, because it's hard to keep up when they keep adding new Grim and 0 point variants every single week. But luckily, I got some help. The big guns, the lord and savior of this video, Natsu, my guy. So if you're really into collecting these sprites, you'll know that people are up for trading them. It's been happening all season long, like people have always been up to trading these things. And that's exactly what Natsu was doing. He actually wasn't even into sprites for the first few weeks of the season. He wasn't into them at all until I gave him the rare stuff, and then he ended up doing trading for all of the very rare sprites. We pretty much worked together on this entire video. If I found any rare sprites, I would give it to him so he could do trading. And if he found any rare sprites, he would give it to me for the video. Win-win. I'm not gonna list every sprite Natsu gave me, but I am gonna list a lot of the big ones that I can remember. All of the 0 point variants, all of the Grim sprites, all of the llamas, all of the Batmans, and he also gave me all of the cube sprites, which I'm gonna get into those cube sprites in a second because these things pissed me off. Yeah, he also did give a lot more after that, which I really appreciate. Nexus also gave me 3 or 4 sprites. It was like, I can only remember Galaxy Punk, but I remember he did give 2 or 3 more. I also kind of robbed a Gummy Dream from Nexus, because Blaze was giving one to Nexus, and I just robbed it. But I gave him a Galaxy Demon in return, so it's okay. So yeah, thanks to Natsu, I had finally gotten every single sprite. Trading is an absolute lifesaver if you want to get these sprites, because there is absolutely no way in hell you are finding all these sprites on your own. You have to have someone giving you some of these sprites, especially the rare ones like Grim and Zero Point, because there's no way you're finding all of these on your own. There's just no way. But yeah, collecting all the sprites wasn't too hard because of Natsu doing trading and all that. The only really big issue we ran into were the cube sprites. I swear, when these released, they were impossible to find, man. Some people were finding all of them immediately when they first came out, and I don't know how, because it took me an entire day to even just find one of them. And it wasn't even by chance, it was because it was given to me. Me and Natsu spent like 6 hours looking for cube sprites, and the only time we finally found one, two of them, it was from someone who already had them and they were doing trading. They had a cube Batman and I think it was a cube Punk. But we died and we couldn't fucking get it, so yeah, we were pissed. Until our friend Blaze went on and he played like 2 or 3 games and he magically ran into a cube Dream Sprite. I don't know how! He got it in 2 games, I don't know how! Natsu decided to do trading for the cube sprites with the cube dream, and he managed to get all of them. Great. So yeah, that was definitely the hardest part by far of finding all these sprites. It was the cube sprites. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Finding the sprites. Did I say finding the sprites? Oh my god. Mastering the sprites. We already did the finding sprites part. So mastering the sprites is actually not too difficult because I did use a certain method for nearly every single sprite that I have. I already recorded the whole thing, so I'm just gonna cut straight to it and let me explain it for me. Thanks, me. The way I mastered my sprites literally all season long is I landed here. There's like a decent amount of chests and not a lot of people land there, and if people do land there, most of the time they're just bots. Yeah, once you've looted that whole area, you can go down to this tiny building there. There's just like 2 or 3 chests there. There's also fishing rods you can search, ammo boxes, all that. And then you can make your way over to these houses here if you want. You don't have to go to these houses, because a lot of people do end up landing there a couple of times because they either want to get the Poison Ivy mythic or it's just a good drop spot. But you could risk it, and if you have a vault key, I would risk it because you can open the sprite chests and all that in the vault. But what I usually do is I just go here, go there, and then I go back. I go into the zip line right here, and I make my way over to the lodges back here. There's a couple of chests over here, and I don't usually see anyone land here at all. So you could do like the complete opposite of me, and you can just start here, and then make your way over to here, and maybe here. And if your sprite is level 4 and you have 1500 gold, you can just buy a quack snack at one of the vending machines, like around here, and here. And once it's level 5, you can make your way to the extraction site over here. But if you see people there, I would not risk it, and I would just head all the way over here. Unless you think you can get your sprite in as quick as possible right before they kill you. Or if you think they'll be nice and they'll spare you, then I would go for it. I don't know how useful this will be because like hopefully I'm getting this out before the season's done, but yeah. So now that we got that out the way, I want to say that this method isn't completely perfect. Like there's been so many times where I've died using this method, but there's also been other times where I just died outside of that spot. I forget how many clips I have of me dying, but I'm gonna try and fit the ball on the screen here.
Good work. You know what, send me the bill. And don't duck my calls.
The hardest part about mastering these sprites is trying to hide them from the other players. Well, at least that's one of the hardest parts. Because there are some people who will just follow you from Spawn Island, and I don't know how people do it. Well, I know how to do it, but I just can't pull it off. It's honestly a dick move, but it's fair game to whoever does it. But it's annoying though when it's only annoying when it affects me, okay? But I haven't really been followed too much. Like it hasn't happened too much besides the end of the season, or at least near the end of the season. People have been following me a lot. Even times where I'm not trying to master the sprites, like times where I'm just trying to get them. Like when Natsu's trying to give me sprites, sometimes we'll be followed. And the worst part is that sometimes these people will get away with it too. Like they'll actually take my sprite and we won't be able to trade. One thing I really hope they add next season for sprites is like an actual trading feature so we don't have to deal with that and waste sprite dust. But one thing I was noticing when I was trying to master these sprites, and also just looking for the sprites in general, I should have said this earlier, but I'm just gonna say it now. Finding and mastering some of these sprites genuinely felt like me and Natsu had like a bounty on our heads every time we tried to do it. It felt like the Epic Games ninjas were after us, dude, I swear. I don't really have many examples of this, but this is just the clip I'm gonna show.
Takanatsu says in party, W stuff I don't have.
And I swear, I have a little conspiracy that the people who always find the newest sprites, they're the ones who find it first. I swear they're Epic employees, but I just cannot prove it. I swear! There were people who found the cube sprites within like the first 20 minutes that they came out. There was someone who already had the cube Grim. Same thing with the gems. People already had gem Grim right away. Like how? It's like the CIA planting drugs in low income neighborhoods. Like dude, I swear that's what they're doing. Another thing I was noticing as well when I was trying to master the sprites is that the more common the sprite is, the harder it is to master. I bet you were thinking this whole time that the 0 point sprite or the Grim Sprite were the hardest ones to master, including the variants. You probably thought they were the hardest to master. Nope. It wasn't the 0 point. It wasn't the Grim. It was the Water Sprite. I don't really have any clips of me dying with this thing because I kept forgetting to clip a lot of stuff. So that's why there isn't too many in this video, but this thing took me so many attempts to master it because for some reason, someone would always just kill me whenever it's at level 4 or just at the very start of the match with this thing. Same thing with Fire Sprite and the Earth Sprite as well. Like the base ones were just the hardest to master. I don't know why. And while we're on the subject of the hardest sprites to master, I would say the other two that I did struggle with were the Galaxy Aura and Iron Mouse. Galaxy Aura, I died 3 or 4 times with this thing, and Iron Mouse was just annoying the master. So when I first found Iron Mouse, I found her when she wasn't meant to be released, because they added her by accident somehow. But then she came back a few days later. Oh yeah, they removed her from my collection when they removed her, but then when she came back, it was there. But when she came back at 2 a.m. And every time I tried to equip her, she wouldn't show up in my game. Like every time I went to Spawn Island, she was just not on my back. So I had to go looking for her in game, and then when I finally found her, and then I mastered her, I got 0 sprite dust from it, and she was back at level 1 when I went into the collection. So I just wasted a bunch of time. So yeah, I stayed up to 2 a.m. for nothing, and then I had to wake up. I woke up early, because I had nothing better to do. And I got followed twice in a row trying to master this thing, and I died the first time. I did end up getting away the second time, but I was so close to dying though, I was really close. And it also took me the entire match to try and master it. I flew through the sprites pretty quickly, like mastering them anyway. For like the first few weeks of the season, I only had like 2 or 3 mastered. I think the first one I mastered was the Demon Sprite. But then after I started collecting all of them, I started to master them because I didn't really have anything else to do. But yeah, once I locked in on mastering the sprites, I got about 5 sprites mastered on a normal day. But on Mastered Monday, I would get 15 to 20. So I was flying through these. So it didn't take too long for me to end up mastering all the sprites. until they kept adding more. And more, and more, and more, and more. Mastering the sprites was genuinely not the hardest part about this challenge at all. It was finding the sprites in the first place. But even then, finding the sprites wasn't too hard because Natsu gave all of them to me. Not all of them, but most of the good ones. So, yeah. And I think the last sprite I ended up mastering was the Gem 0 point. I think that was it. Which was actually pretty easy. Same with all the other 0 point and Grim variants. I literally mastered all of them in one single match, except for, I think, the holofoil 0 point. But other than that, I flew through the rarest sprites, like, very easily. No one followed me for them. No one did anything about them. I don't know why. Maybe it's just pure luck? Maybe no one gives a fuck about the sprites? Maybe no one saw them? I don't know. Yeah, there's not really much I can say to end the video off, but after I mastered the Gem 0 point, I finally got them all. Natsu also mastered all the sprites as well. I had to help him during like the last week or two of the season, and yeah, I didn't think he was actually going to be able to pull it off because he was way behind me. Like, he had only 50 or 60 sprites mastered, but after like a week, he managed to get to 117, just like me. So, yeah, that's the end of the video, I guess. I don't know if this video will live up to expectations or if it'll surprise anyone. Like, I don't think so. I feel like there's definitely a lot more I could have done with the video, but I am very limited with what I can make right now, so this is just the best I can do. Sorry about that. But if you liked the video, cool, thanks. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Natsu for helping me with the sprites. He basically carried the entire video. I'm also gonna give a shout out to Nexus and Blaze. I don't think I'm gonna do this challenge next season unless this video does insanely well. I might collect all the sprites, but I don't know if I'll master them. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. If you guys want to see me do this next season, let me know, and I'll consider it. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye bye.